start.
Your eyes look glassy. Well, I've got it in my head. See, that's what happens when you're down there. German politicians. Oh, don't, you just stay down there. No. Now, if you, I can't stand sitting. Clean it up. This could be bad. You think you have
A memorable board.
Are you chilly? Do you think lobster doesn't sound good?
Apple time.
Time to go?
Yes, I think it is. There was a time when Jeff fixed the clock.
Doesn't last forever.
If you'd all rise, I'll welcome everybody this morning to our Friday Board of Works meeting. We'll start out with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Be seated. And welcome, everybody.
Do you want this really good water?
Don't you?
Then for the, and that is on. And for the record, all members are present.
I see that. Thank you for telling me that.
Finally, somebody giving you water.
First item on the agenda is the minutes from the January 17th meeting.
And I reviewed those. Jeff, it was you and I, I believe. Did you see anything?
Nope.
Okay, so I'll make a motion that we accept the minutes as, approve the minutes as presented.
And having reviewed the meeting, I can concur with that motion, so I can second.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Diane. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it. Approved. Again, I want to welcome everybody to today's Board of Works meeting. There are no reports, oral written. There is no unfinished business. That will take us to new business. And the first item is accepting sealed bids for 300 North.
We have a few, which is good. The first one is from Star Excavating.
Scott, gonna be here?
Didn't tell me he wasn't going to be, so we'll see. This again is from Star. And the total base bid cost, County Road 300 North, $1,585,645. The total base bid, $1,585,645. Again, this is from Star.
The second one is from Beer and Sleigh Ball.
And Slagle.
Nippus. Who's Nippus?
This is from Beer and Sleigh Ball. Total base bid cost, County Road 300 North, $810,645. $582.50. Total base bid cost, $810,582.50. This again is from Beer and Sleigh Ball.
The third one we received is Fed and Brown.
Fendon Brown. Total base bid cost for County Road 300 North, $724,000. $724,224.60. Let me say that again. Total base bid cost, $724,224.60. This one is from, again, Fendon Brown.
And the last one we received was from Niblock Spady.
Good bids.
Niblock. Total base bid cost, County Road 300 North, $853,438.25. This again from Niblock. Total base bid cost for County Road 300 North, $853,438.25. That all of them then?
That's it.
Okay. Dustin, good morning.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Would just like the board's permission to take all bids under review. We'll come back to the next Board of Works meeting with a recommendation at that point. Again, would like to thank all the bidders. It's tremendous to have that much interest in a project, so thank you to all the bidders that put in a bid. We greatly appreciate working with you guys, but yeah, if we could take those under advisement, we'll do that.
All right, thanks, Dustin. Any questions from the board?
No. You
No.
need a
I'll
motion.
entertain a motion to do that, yep.
Okay, I'll move we enable them, table that, and let them look over the bids and make a recommendation at our next meeting.
Okay.
I'll second that.
Any further discussion? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. The ayes have it. Thank you. Next item on the agenda is an MOU with Kosciuszko County Superior Court 1. I will have the judge come up and share with us. Good to see you again, Judge.
Good to see you all as well.
Thank you for your efforts. Any comments about this MOU for the Board of Works?
So we came before the city council not too terribly long ago and presented what we are doing with reentry court, requesting some of the city opioid settlement funds. The city council had approved $30,000 of those funds to come to reentry court to assist us in our program to help reintegrate offenders who suffer from opioid addiction or addiction that leads obviously to other types of addictions, and help successfully reintegrate them into the community, partnering with service providers in the community, working on their physical, tangible needs, as well as some significant counseling, therapy, whatever the case may be. So here I have executed I signed the MOU, and asking that the board approve that funding.
Thank you, Judge, for sharing with the Board of Works. Scott, I know you've looked at this MOU. Appreciate any comments you would have.
Well, they had their presentation before the city council, and I thought it went quite well. Judge, I think you have your first participant, is that correct?
We do indeed.
And I think it's fair to say the participant said in open court, kind of the basis of what started him down the criminal path was, if you could tell. before the
Certainly.
word.
Certainly. So our first participant started drinking at an early age. Sometime in 2000, I believe, 7 perhaps, had an accident with a saw, cut off some fingers, was prescribed opioids. Subsequently became addicted, could no longer get the pills, turned to methamphetamine, and has been a regular user ever since. Found himself incarcerated for possession of methamphetamine, but very committed and ready to turn things around, stay sober, be a productive, contributing member of this community. And it's been exciting to see. We just met Wednesday morning, and there he sat, dressed in street clothes. He is living at the Harbors Housing. That's part of Bowen Health, receiving all kinds of wraparound support services, high supervision, drug testing in place, and counseling services. He's undergone a full psychological assessment and is being placed in the right types of services that he needs to continue his journey. He admitted, he was very honest, admitted the very first day he got out of jail, he was tempted to go use. That's what he's known, but he did not. He reached out to his support people there at his housing facility and talked things through, and so far so good. It's the beginning of a very long journey, but we're excited to provide him the services and support he needs to be successful.
George, one of the things the city council was impressed by were all of the agencies that are represented on their board that make these decisions about who is eligible to participate and who are coming together to provide those types of services. And so
Certainly.
it's been successful in other communities. They provided us with some statistics, so it's a known program, not something just new that they dreamed up, although they've added some great things
Certainly.
to it. And so after a lengthy discussion, we did agree to do this with a unanimous vote. And the lengthy discussion was not at all about whether this program was good, but just about, how in the future we would go ahead and decide how to distribute these monies. So we decided to appoint a task force and look into making that. And I know that they've already begun work on getting that done. So this would be our first public use of the opioid monies that we've been granted that have been, waiting for us to begin to spend.
Thanks to David, I did read about the article in the newspaper.
Yes,
Wonderful.
it was a good article, very thorough. Thank you.
Council supporting 7-0. And again, a lot of the discussion was moving forward, which really appreciate the judge stepping forward, coming in here and wanting to use some of these dollars to help far more than just one, but here we go. And again, Diane, your comments, I appreciate it. Dan is here. Dan, thanks for coming. I don't know if you have anything to say, but your presence here is just the message. This a great opportunity to be good neighbors and try to help people that are in great need. So, anything else, Scott?
Well, so when the state of Indiana started reaching settlements for these opioid settlements, there was a great deal of discussion about what would the money be appropriately used for, and they created their attachment E, as we talked about, and a great deal of the attachment E was for programming for people involved in the criminal justice system or being involved or being released from. I think Judge McGrath's program hits it square on the head of, and certainly the first participant was directly affected by the opioid crisis, and I think her program's doing some good things for, they're 1-for-1 so far, I think, on appropriately using the money for the kind of things that this settlement was intended to use the money for.
Thank you for all your work on this.
Thank you.
So I would like to make a motion that we approve this memorandum of understanding.
And I will second that.
Motion and a second. Any further comments, Judge?
None from me. I'd happily answer any questions, but
Thank you
thank
very
you.
much. Okay, I'll call the question. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it, 3-0. Thank
All right.
you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you all.
Thanks for sharing that
So-
story too. That,
Just the one additional thing, doesn't directly have to do with Ms. McGrath, but at the council meeting, as it relates to these settlement funds, the council discussed that they're going to put together a committee to help make recommendations to the council and to the Board of Works on to where maybe it would be best to distribute future settlement funds. So that, I know, the formation of that committee by the council is in the works, and I hope we hear from them sometime soon, because after this story, there's been people reaching out to the city interested in maybe an opportunity to take advantage of some of those funds for some other programs.
Jack Wilhite contacted my office, and we'll be working this spring to form that committee. Obviously, we'll need council approval, but the whole goal is an advisory group to help us steer discussion to the council for hopefully eventual approval of a wise use of these dollars in the future, because it's not over. These dollars are going to be coming for many years, and I just think this is a good thing for us to do, or the council in this case. Diane? Good?
Right.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Good. Denny, travel request.
Yes, sir. How you doing?
Thank you. Good.
All right, so travel requests, we've got 4 requests. 2 from the police department to send a couple guys down to the Drug Enforcement Agency Conference. 1 with the fire department for an ice diving training, and then 1 for our city engineer to go to the Purdue Road School.
I thought we might need an ice diver out on Pike Lake, because a couple people left their huts longer than I thought they should have.
I'm an ice fisherman, and I kind of got worried about the ice not being strong enough to.
Yeah,
So I'm glad we have those guys, just in case I do fall in.
exactly.
I want to do it. I'll make a motion, we approve the travel requests as presented.
I'll second that.
Motion to approve in a second. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. The ayes have it. Thank you. Looks like we have a new hire and change in payroll report. Denny?
Yep, the only thing we have on there for this meeting is Jeremy Hackworth, one of our equipment operators, received his CDL license, and we're getting him that stipend for doing that little bit extra to help the city.
Class A?
Went from a Class B to a Class A.
Class
There you
A.
go.
Then I see hourly and bi-weekly specialty pay amount there, Denny, right? That's the number you want?
Right.
Okay. Any questions from the board?
No, I'll move to approve.
Motion to approve. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Second. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it. Thank you. Thanks, Denny.
Yes,
Looks
sir.
like you have another one.
Yep, last one for me. This is requesting that we enter into a contract with Be Relieved LLC for City Hall cleaning. We lost our maintenance tech here at City Hall, so we decided to look at other options. And Gene with Be Relieved has done a great job in the past, so we'd like to go ahead and get back into a contract with him to clean and care for City Hall.
Just so the board knows, Gene stepped up. He's been here before and is providing the cleaning services. And I'll be working with Denny and the department heads to see how we're going to move forward with actual maintenance. I don't have any answers yet. Denny, you may comment on that if you want. But doing what we can to make sure this building is taken care of and paying the right amount of dollars for it too. So that would be it.
Yes.
Okay.
So it looks like 3 days a week and then some quarterly, what I would call deep clean.
Correct, yes.
Detail clean.
Yes, that's correct.
What is the beginning date of this? Because I know he's been here for a couple of weeks, but there wasn't anything on the agreement when the start date was?
The agreement will start once it gets approved here.
Okay,
So,
until the end of this year, correct?
yes.
Any other questions?
No, I'll make a motion that we accept this contract with Be Relieved Cleaning.
I'll second that.
Motion to approve in a second. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it. Thanks, Denny.
Thank you.
Chief Schilling, good morning.
Morning. The first item I have for you, I'd like to bring up Captain Schilling, the Assistant Dive Commander for the City of Warsaw Dive Team.
Good morning.
Morning. In November, the fire territory, on behalf of the city dive team, sought to approve for a K-21 grant for underwater ROV. And we were notified that we have been awarded that grant for a total of $57,428, which completely covers the cost of the ROV as well as 2 days of training for up to 10 people. So I'm here today to seek approval to accept that grant.
Grant acceptance totals $57,428. Thank you. Any questions from the board?
No, I'll move we
Thank you.
accept it immediately.
Yeah.
And congratulations for receiving it. Thanks for applying for it, and I'll second that.
Motion to approve in a second. Any further comments? No. Thanks again. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
The
Thank
ayes
you.
have it. Thank you.
It does seem to me that that's a really important thing for them to have. Like,
Yes.
I think he spoke about it a few times now, and that sounds like a great thing.
It really is.
You just want a chance to go play with it.
Well, I think it looks, I think
It's
it's,
incredible.
It
Yeah,
sounds
once
fun,
when he
doesn't
showed
it?
the pictures, we had actual pictures of it. so.
We'll get that scheduled for you, Scott.
Yeah, there you go.
Test.
Uh-huh.
Wait, maybe we could finagle a demonstration.
Yeah.
I'm sure we could.
Chief, looks like you have a legal contract here.
Yeah, so the next item I have is a contract with Birch and Kaufman LLC for legal representation for the Warsaw Wayne Fire Protection Territory. So Andrew Grossnickel was our previous attorney and has stepped down. So that led the territory to search for a new attorney for us. So met with several of them and decided on Jack Birch from Birch and Kaufman. So he wants to do it a little bit different than what Andrew Grossnickel did. He wants a $3,000 retainer fee and then an hourly rate of $250 for up to 10 hours until the end of this year. And the whole reason that we capped that was just for budget purposes. So we stay within our budget for that. Jack's been great to work with. I did not have an attorney to review Jack's contract on the territory side, so Scott stepped up and helped me review that and thought that we were getting a pretty good deal. Jack was approved by the territory board to be the attorney for us as well at our meeting on 2/4. So,
The need for an attorney for the Warsaw Wayne Fire Territory, very important. And again, I appreciate your work with Jack, and I think I sat in on one meeting with him. So,
Yeah.
Chief, appreciate that. And then Scott, you looking at the contract, and I know helping the chief, do you have any comments on?
yeah, I think the contract looks fair. I think it's market rate-ish. I think it's probably below market rate, but Jack's he's an excellent attorney. He does municipal law for some other municipalities here in the area, and I think he'll be a great addition.
He asked you about about what was involved, right?
Yeah, I think he spoke a bit with Andrew Grossnickel about what it might entail, and he spoke with me about what it might entail, and that's always a tricky question because you don't know what it might entail. You get someone calling you from time to time, and you don't know what that
Yeah.
question might be, but.
and I know for us, one of the questions that was asked at the territory board was, why do we need a separate attorney from the city attorney? So because we are our own entity, we like to have that separation as well.
Well, having served on the fire territory, I know how valuable the attorney is, so I'll make a motion, we approve this contract.
Motion to
Second.
approve and a
Second.
second. Thanks, George. Any further comments, chief?
Nope, thank you.
Call the question. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. The ayes have it.
Thanks.
Thank you. Park Department. Hi, Stephanie.
Good morning. So I am pleased to announce that the Kosciuszko County Community Foundation Committee has awarded the Warsaw Parks and Recreation Department grant funding for the 2025 grant cycle in the amount of $7,000. This is from the Richard, Evelyn, and Jane Glover Charitable Endowment. So with your permission, I would like to accept this money. I would also like to thank the Community Foundation for making those summer concerts possible with this funding. I can't do it without them, so.
Well said. Thank you. Yeah. The amount $7,000? Mm-hmm. Thank you. Any questions for Stephanie?
No, I'll move we accept that money. We'll let Diane make the motions to spend money. I'll make the motions to accept.
Thank you.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
All right. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. The ayes have it.
Okay, and then I have a contract here for Derek Tenney. He is our DJ. This one's for the Mommy and Son Dance on May 2nd of this year in the amount of $250. So that's a very fair amount.
Derek's done this before, right? Hasn't he done that?
He's done, yes,
That's
our
what I
dances
thought.
for years, and he does a really good job. And keeps it very affordable, too. It's hard to find a DJ for that amount.
I don't think he's ever increased his prices, has he?
No.
It seems like it's always the same amount.
It is.
That's really good.
Or not, that's-
Any questions from the board?
I think he has lots of fun doing it.
He probably has fun doing it, right?
I'll make a motion that we approve this contract since we're spending money.
That's right. I'll second that.
Motion to approve along with a second. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. The ayes have it. Thanks,
Thank
Stephanie.
you.
All your work. It's almost spring.
Almost spring.
There we go.
There
Yeah.
you go.
Thank you. Jackson, good morning.
Good morning. I've submitted for your approval a proposal from Dogwood Hills Tree Farm in the amount of $14,155 for the removal of 15 trees downtown and replacing 8 of those trees. We're working at continuing to remove the Bradford pears, which are not good for our downtown environment. Slowly but surely, we'll get to a variety of species downtown. So I've reviewed this estimate and requesting the board approve the agreement with this company for $14,155.
15 removed, including taking the stump and.
Yeah, fully
root
removed,
system
like
out,
grinding the stump.
And then 8 will be.
Correct. So they created a plan for us back in 2023, and some of these trees or these areas should not even have a tree in them at all due to visibility concerns or utility lines. Some are just, they're recommending not to be replaced at all. There are 2 by chance that will be hopefully transplanted to a park. He thought they were in good enough condition to be saved, so we'll hopefully get that done. But yes, there'll be 8 new trees, but 15 total will be removed.
So does this include both the 15 removed and replacing the 8?
Yes, this is the total. Yep.
Wow, that's great. Wow. I know I got to review the plan, and so I'd make a motion that we approve this.
I'll second that.
Motion to approve in a second. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it. Thanks, Jackson, for your work on that. Street Department. Joe? Good morning.
I'm just here on behalf of the Street Department to ask permission to seek out sealed quotes for the asphalt materials and concrete materials for the 2025 construction season.
Thanks, Joe. Good thing.
Yeah, I'll move to approve that.
Time to get it locked up, so I'll second.
All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thanks, Joe.
Thanks.
I'm sorry, was that you, George, that made the
Yes.
motion? Sorry, was it me?
No.
Brian, it looks like you have quite a few things, if I remember right.
Yeah.
First one here is from Westler Engineering.
The first two, this first one's from Westler for the 2024 storm sewer and sanitary sewer rehab that we do annually. So this was just their work to get it to bid and through the bid process. Which,
Amount $7,048.18, is that correct?
correct.
I'll move to approve that.
I'll second that.
Pay app number 3 for $7,048.18. Any further comments, Brian?
Nope.
No. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. The ayes have it. Thank you. Next item, Brian?
The next one's with the Insight Pipe, who we awarded that contract to. So it's just to sign the agreement with them and then sign the notice to proceed with them so they can get started on the project.
Highlight some of that for us. if
So
you
it's
can.
just some pipelining, not some, it's pipelining. It's $376,303, I believe. It's both stormwater and sanitary sewer. Every year we try, our goal is $500,000 a year. We're a little short this year on doing that amount, but it's just, remember in 16 or 17, we did like a $10 million contract to do a whole bunch of lining to repair. So this is trying to keep, that was most of our, what we call a rated grade 5, which is a failed condition pipe. So now we're working on a lot of the grade 4 pipes, trying to keep those and trying to slowly improve the collection system, both on the sanitary and stormwater side. So that's what this is. It's just the 2024 project that we wanted to get done.
I'll make a motion that we approve this contract. I know we already accepted the bid, so, yeah.
I'll second that.
Motion to approve in a second. And Brian, you said that these efforts, again, really positive. It's actually having an impact on the amount heading to the plant. It's actually less. I don't want to put you on the spot, but I was out there about last summer, and you were talking to me and some others about that.
Yeah, so between, it's a little bit hard to tell how much we have removed from the system. 2020, we saw a drop in flow, but that was right after we completed that big $10 million lining project. But obviously 2020, we saw a lot of people slowdowns in the industry. So we're not 100% sure how much of that was due to those slowdowns and how much was due to our lining efforts. But every year we haven't seen big increases in our flow. So the lining is definitely helping sealing up that system. We're keeping the groundwater out and the rainwater out. And
That's what I remember him saying, just a positive thing. So a lot of money, but very important maintenance.
correct.
Excuse me, but Diane, would you mind adding the notice to proceed to your motion as well?
Oh, yes. I guess I said we accepted the bid, but I didn't. So, yes. So I make a motion that we proceed with this bid and accept the contract.
I'll second that.
The agreement with notice to
Yeah.
proceed, you good
With
with
the
that?
agreement with notice to proceed.
Are you good with that on the
Yes.
second? Okay. Thanks, Lynn, for your help there. Any further comments, Brian?
Nope, I don't have any.
Thank you. All right, I'll call the question. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. The ayes have it. Thank you. Next item, Brian.
The next one is a stormwater agreement with WSP. $7,000 of that agreement is for them to be a presenter at our green infrastructure workshop that's coming up. And then the other $13,000 is just an on-call agreement for if we need their services on something that may come up during the year. And like the contractor workshop, it all goes, we have our 7 minimum controls we have to meet as part of our MS4 program, so that helps meet some of those requirements of education and outreach with the community.
City of Warsaw's MS4, there are requirements for the city,
Yeah,
education and things like this. 7,000 is for the workshop, and then the total of 20 is for just to support.
Right,
extra
it's a not to
services
exceed, so
if
if we
needed.
need support in something during the year, that we have that ability to bill it towards something.
Part of our MS4 status, you guys have been through this before. Thanks, Brian. Any questions from the board?
No, quite necessary. I'll move to approve.
Yeah, and I would say probably Justin and Aaron can attest to the fact that this is well-attended and we're getting some movement with builders and others in the community to start considering more green infrastructure, so.
We have a contractors workshop coming up next week where we bring all the contractors in and talk about erosion control and some of the items that may be affecting them in the near future, different legislations coming down the pike, so. We have that next week, and then we have this green infrastructure, and
Good.
So I'll second that.
Motion and a second. All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Ayes have it.
Is this a new vendor?
I believe it is. I don't think we've used them before.
Prairie Schools, Lily Center, Lakes and Streams. Brian?
Yeah, this is a program we've done for many years. It started off as a lake in the classroom. They put an aquarium out there, and it's kind of keeps growing thanks to the Lily and Grace. So now they do not only the lakes in the classroom, but they also do a indoor gardening workshop and planting native species versus invasive species, and they talk about those sorts of things.
We had a rain barrel workshop.
Yeah, the rain barrel workshop, there's several different educational things that they do throughout the year, but then they also do the aquariums in all the classrooms, which are great. They put native species, native fish. They go in there and they talk about different effects pollution can have on our local lakes. They have the day at the, or Lake Adventure Day, that's what they call it, where hundreds of students each year go to the shores of the lakes and they talk to them about the lakes and the importance in this community. They have the art contest. I don't know if you've seen the calendars that get put out every year with the different art that the different grade levels do. So it's been a great partnership. Once again, that's another one of those public education outreach that we're able to check the box that we're doing, but somebody else is actually doing it for us, which helps.
I think one of the displays I saw over the holiday break was at Lincoln in their media center. Rachel had stuff to do, and don't tell anybody, but I was walking around in the building. And I saw it, and it was really neat. You know, it got my attention, and I walked over and looked at it. So really neat for the kids to be able to see that.
Great work.
So you can see at the end of that, there's 4 workshops, there's 8 schools with aquariums, there's the Lake Adventure Day and the Lily Center Art Contest. And the total is $18,480 for that.
Any other questions or comments?
I'll move to approve.
And I second.
Again, this is not to exceed, Brian, $18,480, correct?
Correct.
Okay, motion to approve along with the second. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye, the ayes have it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Brian. Claims?
I do not have any special claims, just
Okay.
the regular docket and the end of the month docket.
When do you want to do the walk-in?
We can do it after this, I guess.
Do you have that?
It's
No,
not
I-
on the agenda. so-
No, I do not have it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Point of order, we'll have Justin Taylor come forward.
Yeah, you might want to give
Yeah,
them a quick.
let's,
My
Justin, what-
apologies for doing this as a walk-in. I missed the deadline, so that's on me. But just wanted to get this in front of the board again. This was a claim that was approved. It's pay application 13 for an NDOT, the Lincoln Neighborhood Sidewalk Project, which is an NDOT project. It was approved by this board in November of last year. However, when we submitted the reimbursement claim to NDOT, we were informed that we were, our reimbursement was, we were showing was greater than what they had left in their PO. So we just wanted to revise that claim and then resend the reimbursement claim to NDOT. There's a $616 difference. So for the claim, that was $40,103.48. We were anticipating a $32,083.78 reimbursement claim. What we have left in the PO is only $31,466.36. So there's, yeah, like I said, there's a difference of $616 in there that we just wanted to revise and then get board approval to move forward with that adjustment.
So the request, Justin, is this board approves a resubmission to NDOT, a revised total of $31,466.36. And that's where you're coming up with the $616.42 difference.
Correct. So it's a small difference, but after reviewing the contracts, they're accurate. For some reason, their contract was a little bit less than 80% of the total construction inspection contract amount. So that's the new total that we have left in the PO. So.
Glad you brought that in. Scott, are you good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do we need two motions, one to revise the contract and then one to accept the contract revision, or just one?
I think
We
one
wouldn't
is
change
fine.
the contract.
Which is
I think it's it's just that we're submitting a claim. He's asking for approval to submit a claim to NDOT, which is resubmitting, but, yeah. Are you recommending one?
I think one's fine.
Okay. Good question.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Good.
Okay, then I'll make a motion that we permit Justin to submit the revised contract to the board of
To NDOT.
NDOT, yeah.
I'll second that.
That total amount is $31,466.36. Thanks, Diane. Second was by George. Any further comments, Justin?
Nope. Thank you.
You're getting this in here, appreciate it. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it. Okay. Point of order again, we'll go back to claims. There were no special claims. You did have the regular claims and end of the month in January, correct, Lynn?
Yes.
Thank you. Any questions on those as presented?
Question and answer, you all right?
Yeah, lots of claims, but I understand
Yeah,
them.
there were a lot of claims.
There were
It's
a
because the
lot.
first of the year and everybody's spending their money.
Yeah, it's like, get it spent while it's there, I guess, yeah.
Thanks,
Well,
Lynn.
hearing no more questions, I'll make a motion that we approve the claims dockets as presented.
And I'll second that.
It's the regular claims and then end of the month in January.
Yes.
Thank you for that motion and second. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. The ayes have it. And I want to welcome everybody that's here today. Any comments or questions for the Board of Works? Anybody? Okay. Hope everybody has a good day and a great weekend. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. We're adjourned. Thank you very much.
Did it bang?
Yeah.
Thanks, Brian.
Easy day for Brian. He didn't have to ask for any money. That's right.